I'm ready.
Okay, so campaign variables. They are variables that you can use in every post throughout your entire campaign. So you can add them later, you can add them in the beginning, it doesn't really matter. If we just get a simple, if I get out of this and create just a simple one to begin with. If we go to our content, campaign variables use double brackets. So if we say, we put just some random content in here, we'll put name and we'll say hello name exclamation mark, right? Now this could be a product, it could be a location, it could be the link to a or the name of a customer that you want to be able to change in the future in case they stop paying or they have a new service and you don't want to delete the pages, you want to keep them because they're indexed or ranking or whatever. So if we do that, we go here and we'll put it in the top 100 cities. Okay, let's just get rid of this, put it immediately, go here, publish that. Now, what will happen is, since we didn't set up the variables to begin with, what publishing will do is actually scan the campaign. So we're editing the campaign now, and you can see we've got a button here called Edit Variables. So those are the campaign variables. Now it's pre-filled it here for us. So So it scanned all the content you had, and it filled out the variables for you. So we can put error here. So if you save, update that, update the campaign, go to one of the pages in the campaign, this one here, you'll say it says hello error. Okay. So that's really simple. So if you can, at any point, you can change it. It's immediate. We can update that. We can say hello Pim, update. Go over here, refresh the page. It's already done. Okay, now that's on everything. So if you have 100,000 pages in your campaign, it will be across everything. Now, of course, you can use this in the raw. You can use it anywhere. So if we, for example, create a call to action here, and we want to say that the link text is, instead of get Menterprise, we want to put it as like product, like this, right? Does this stuff make sense? Use this?
You have two brackets around it. Did I see well?
Yes. So two brackets, and if we take this last thing here, so the two brackets, what will happen is anything inside it is the name. So don't put like funny stuff like, for example, a bunch of different like asterisks or commas. Just keep it simple. Just like lowercase, like my underscore variable, something like that. So if we put that back to product, we'll do the same thing we did before. 0, 1, where's top 100 cities? Okay, publish that. Now we can set, well, we forgot to set the variables again. So I'll go in here, it says filled out product, we'll put
so it already shows what you did, right? It shows the, that's good.
If you don't fill it out, it will just be blank. So you want to make sure you filled it out. Otherwise, there could be like a little break in there or something. So you'll see now we've got get kick-ass content now, link building. So you see it's filled that out there too. Okay, so you can do it with anything. So that's what variables look like within publishing, at least from this side of view. They are different from MPSS variables, but that's an entire rabbit hole that we should talk about another time. Okay, now here we get to the very interesting new update. So what do we got here? We've got a couple different things. So first of all, when you're making subdomains, if we go here and we say test 1, test 2, hi, whatever, we can now add these to an existing, hold on, got to refresh the browser. It's still got the old version. So create subdomains, select some random thing, test. Now, when we say add to destination group, you can actually pick an existing destination group to add to.
Okay, that's good, yeah.
Yeah, because if you want to come back, or one thing that I'll show you, this create variable cross-reference, this is where it gets kind of insane. You'll want to keep adding to the same campaign. So, sorry, same destination group. So that's why that's now there. So if we get out of there and go back, it should clear it out for us. Yep. So now with the create variable cross-reference, this is a little bit technical, but it's very, very powerful. And I have some more ideas, but I wanted to get it out as quick as I could. So what you can do with this is you can do full like local domination kind of stuff where you have sites based on cities or based on states and have one state or city per site and it all talks about that. Okay, so what you can do is we've got this create variable cross-reference. Now, this is the same thing as before where we've got the variable names. So when we use it in the content, we'll be using like, you know, bracket, bracket, city, bracket, bracket. But what you do is you create sort of a list of things. So if I grab here of the top 1,000 populated American cities and each one of their states. So if I paste in here, we've seen we've got all of them. We got Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, blah, blah, blah. If I now take the same 100 states and put it in this one, call this state, you'll see that these line up one to one, right? Okay, so I think I missed one. Hold on 1 second. Copy that. Yep, there we go. New York, New York, Los Angeles, California, Chicago, Illinois. Okay. So now what we can do is if we go to, what's a free one? I've been testing this, so a lot of my subs are full already.
Yeah.
We can do plumbing for all of these areas. So you could say, for example, plumbing, plumber, I don't know what else to put there, in, around, and then you put in single square brackets, city, comma, state, or something like that.
Oh, yeah,
So then for each one, it's going to create 100 because we'll put 100 in this first column here, and then it's going to put those in each one of these fields. So if we paste in here, we'll see we've got plumber in New York, New York, plumbing around Los Angeles, California, plumbing in Chicago, Illinois. And if you hover over these, you'll see it's got subdomain variables of city is Philadelphia and state is Pennsylvania. You can now use these in the content on these sites automatically. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So if I add these, I'll say plumbing top 100, Errol, something like that. Create those there. That's all fine. And we wait a sec for it to create. What I'll do is I'll do a quick campaign to that destination group, and you'll see that all of it will go there. So if I get rid of all this stuff here, we're just going to do a simple headers. We're going to say XXX in like this, double brackets, city, comma, double brackets, state. Okay? And we're going to put CBD oil. Oh, sorry, plumbing. Plumbers, best plumber. Whoops, I messed up. Things like that, okay? Get rid of that, we don't need that. Okay, take that there, refresh, grab one of these. And go over here, launch a new campaign, set the content, like that. You'll see in these H1s we've got city, state, like that. Set content. Let's see the Errol one, plumbing top 100 Errol. Publish. Now if we go to that and we go to this, so it's in Chicago, Illinois. You'll see it plumbers in Chicago, Illinois. Up here it says plumber in Chicago, Illinois. So it's all done for you immediately. This one's in Madison, Wisconsin. Plumber around Madison, Wisconsin. Plumber is in Madison, Wisconsin. So pretty damn cool.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah, and of course, now that means that we've got subdomain variables. So if you just wanted to do one, but have all your posts talk about the same thing, if we look for, what was it, Wisconsin, I think that's how you spell Wisconsin, we're about to find out. It is, okay. Plumbing around Madison, Wisconsin is the one. If you edit the subdomain, we've got edit variables, and you'll see it set those from when we created them. So we can update these, of course. We can say state is, I don't know what the abbreviation is. We'll just say WI, for example, and update that. Go around here, refresh, and you'll see now it says WI.
Yeah.
And every post on here will talk about the same thing. So this one over here, this one will talk about it too, because this is based on the whole site. So the way of the sort of hierarchy, if that makes sense, is subdomain variables are overridden by campaign variables, and campaign variables are overridden by post variables if they're named the same thing.
Yeah.
They all add together, but if they're named the same thing, they overwrite each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. No, I understand.
Yeah, good. Okay, so that's pretty much that new update. There's so many things you can do with it.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
create like whole product lists here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm already thinking about it.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, what you can do is basically this first row is how many subdomains it's going to create. So if you want like 10 products, you put them in here. All these other 4 rows have to be 1-to-1. So if you have 4 products in here, you want 4 lines in here. Or you can put it blank and then a new line if you wanted something like, you know, NYNA, and you didn't want anything for that one, for example, right? But of course, all of these then will be transferred over into the relevant subdomain and into these title and niche and subdomain. So yeah, well, this is very powerful. I mean, this replaces a lot of those like WordPress plugins that do like locations, because you could paste in 1,000 locations or 1,000 postcodes or whatever and have a site per each one, or you could paste in like 50 states, and then each campaign you could set up talking about cities in those states. So you have a website for a state, and then they talk about different cities within it. So there's a lot you can do.